Alright guys, we out here on a beaver job, just got in the boat. We got a special kind of beaver set. I've been trying to come up here and set these traps for these beavers for the last, well, come up here Saturday evening to set some traps. Kind of potential for rain and stuff. I come up here and get in the boat and get across the lake, get one set made, and it starts coming up a thunderstorm, raining, and I had to get back across, get back to the truck and get out here before I got stuck. But anyway, we got one set out over here I want to go check, and it's a special kind of set. It's something that an older trapper showed me. I call it open water beaver trapping or whatever. When you get into a situation to where, I mean, you got a lot of water, lake or whatever, and I've used it 2 or 3 times. On one place I set this set up and I come back and I had 3 beavers in all 3 sets. But it sets this up where you ain't really got a place to put a drowner or a snare. The water, you operating out of a boat. Beavers are swimming, the hut's out in the middle of the water somewhere. And you're looking for a place to make a good set. I'm going to show you one, and then we'll put another or 2 in here in a little bit, and I'll show you what kind of sets we got, and see if you might be something you can use if you're having trouble catching beaver in open water. And this old trapper showed me this, and I'm thankful that he was willing to show me this, because this has helped me a lot in these big lakes where I've got very little places and so much water. You know, you ain't got your beaver dams crossing over. You ain't got them, they ain't coming out on the bank much. Summertime, they ain't getting far from the den. These sets right here will work good. Let me show you, and we'll see what happens. Be back with you in a minute. Right in there, you see them 2 trees right there? What I done is I put a snare. There's a beaver there. He just sunk on me trying to hide. I know I'm close to the bank when I said open water, and there's some, but there wasn't no defined trails going up in there. There's some cuttings up there, but I done this because these 2 trees was perfect, and it made it where I can explain it a little better if we did happen to catch a beaver here, and we do have a beaver here. And I'm going to bring you up here to him in just a minute. A little better view. We'll get the beaver out. Let's see. Alright, right there's my tree. He'll come alive here in a minute when I get close to him, I'm sure. It's hard to film in a boat bay, you see? He is here close, I'm sure. Where you at, big boy? I know you're under there somewhere. There he is right there next to the boat. About the only way I can film by myself. I have to make do. But he's a pretty good sized beaver. Probably just a pair or 2 of beaver, maybe some 2-year-olds in here. But what I'm seeing for a sign is just maybe a pair of beavers moving in here setting up house. So let me get him out, because I can't hold him like this much longer. It's hurting. And see if we can't get him out, and I'll show you how I had that set put in there. Be right back. All right, guys, we're out here now. I'm going to show you how I had this snare put in here. We got our beaver out. He was being a little ornery, but we got him. Tied my boat off of this tree, sort of help hold me steady just a little bit while I work on this. Let me get this snare up here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit if this thing will do. Alright. Don't have to look at me, just look at where my hands are. Show you kind of how I had this snare set up in here. Basically what I was using was a 3/32 cable. I'm going to probably have to use 2 of these. These are a little short. It's just what I had in the truck. Kind of show you how I had that set in there. If I can get them untangled. The thing about trapping, you have a boat everything. You put it in there just as neat as you want it. And then 5 minutes later it's tangled up. So I ain't the most organized person in the world. Shane McMillan will tell you that. But I get it done. What I'm doing is just tying this snare off to this tree with this piece of 14 gauge wire. That's what I'm using. That's what I had that beaver tied with. And let's see if I got enough to make a loop with it. Yeah, that's going to work perfect. And we'll just use our extra piece of wire here as a support. But you can see that snare hanging between them two trees. And so let me get that snare support up. Out. Something just to hold that snare up. These beavers, like I said, it's 1st of May. They probably got little ones, probably had little ones in the den for a while. And they can't stand the thought of another beaver in their territory right now. Very good timing. We using another caster from another beaver. I saved some dried caster in the fur shed this year that we sold. I always save a little. I use for a lure. You know, you can make a beaver lure, and there's some good ones out there. Denville Outdoors makes some good bobcat, or beaver lure that we use a lot. Him Cabin, them Minnesota Browns, they got a beaver lure. Paul Dobbins got an excellent beaver lure. But the real stuff is better than any of it. So there you have it. But you see, I've got that snare set and it's supported about halfway in the water and halfway out. And that beaver, let me show you what I'm going to do with this beaver caster here I got. Just some I saved. What I'm doing, I just took some of this old caster. You can see it right there. And I just put it around top of this tree, just a little bit, squeezing some of that juice out, rubbing it around top of this tree. That makes that beaver come in here. He smells that. It ticks him off, especially that old sow's got little ones. I rub it around top of that tree, and then I put a little around this tree. That beaver will get to circling this. He might circle it wide, but he's going to eventually come between them two trees, and that snare is going to be waiting on him. So there you have it. But let me show you another. Well, we'll do that in a little bit. But just remember, put it up about 18 inches high, and that wind, beaver, he's got a good nose on him. He can smell that for a long way. Of course, they're coming by here anyway. But he'll get, like I said, he'll get to circling these trees. He might circle both of them for a while. And eventually, his curiosity's going to get him. And he's going to swim through that snare right there. And he's caught. You can see the evidence of it. That's the exact same set I made the other day. Works excellent on beaver. So it's just another idea you might have when you're out setting your traps up. You know, when you're out setting your traps up, it's just another idea. You know, a little more. I like to try and give people a little more, what you say, arsenal or a tool that'll help them. Because I've had old trappers, Danny Redwine, I call him the old trapper. He's a good man, and he's willing to share a lot of information with young trappers. And he helped me a lot on my coat line about how to, and he's willing to share information with a young trapper. And I was young when I started. Danny showed me a lot, but he showed me this set, and man, it's made a world of difference, especially these places where you got, ain't a lot of slides, a lot of sand, out in open water. These sets like this are deadly on beaver, especially if you can get them in front of a beaver hut or den, especially in the summertime, because them beaver's not going to leave that den, maybe 200 or 300 yards a lot of times, and sometimes in the heat. But if you can get it close to their den, they'll come out and investigate it, and you can catch them. I've caught 3 beavers off of one den in one night with sets like this. So it works real well. So when we put this on YouTube and Facebook stuff, any of you older trappers out there can give me any advice on what would make this a little better, it'd be appreciated, because that's what we're all about, sharing it and passing it on, guys. So anyway, I'm fixing to get out of here. I got my bass pole with me. This guy's hired us catching these beavers, and he told me to catch me some supper and fish all I wanted to. So that's icing on the cake. See you. Black and gold worm. Culprit makes these. Buddy of mine put me on them. We'll see what happens. Love them. They seem to bite these when they won't bite nothing else. But get out here and may not catch nothing. And then may hang a big one. Fishing's about being out here, it ain't about catching. That's why they call it fishing. Caught something every time. We caught something every time, it'd be called catching. Probably heard that before. Love to have a big old 8-9 pound bass jack on this thing while I'm filming. Probably won't catch nothing but a perch or something. I'm filming. Love being out here. I like it when these folks tell me I can trap these lakes. They pay me to trap these lakes, and then they tell me I can fish too. That's like getting cake with icing on it. There he is right there. I don't know how big he is. There he is. That's what we're looking for. He ain't the biggest specimen in the world, but he ain't going bad. I catch 10 of them, me and my boy can eat fish. We'll see. Barely a pound, maybe. I don't know. But I'll scale him, cut his head off, gut him, throw him and bake him, or steam him. Now he's gonna make a little racket. Let's see if we can't do that again. Let's see what we can't do here. I ain't no Bill Dance. I bass fish, but I ain't no bass fisherman. Let's just put it that way. Turn this boat around. There's a log out there. I'd like to get to. Maybe one laying up on it. I'll probably get tangled in it too. Tell you folks, this is what life's all about. Do I work? Yes, I do when it's time to work. Do I try to kill myself to make $1 million? No. Because life is short, and you better enjoy it. These memories is the best thing you'll ever have. You want something for stress? Go fishing. Unless I ain't biting, then I get towed up. Now if I catch a 10-pound bass out here, 12, y'all say, well, you put him on the wall, he'll lip maybe. The rest of them going in the skillet. They taste a lot better than they look hanging on the wall. That's a lot of meat. I did have one taxidermy I took, taxidermy. He was about a 8 or 9 pound. bass. But when I went over there with him, when he skinned him for to be mounted, I made him give me that meat. I ain't crazy. What I want to waste all that for? Let's cast right out in there and see what happens. That wind really tugging me, man. Hey, little old creek, it feeds this thing. Right in there. I thought them old bass might be hanging out around that thing. What goes up in there? Hey guys, my second most favorite lure, or is a rubber lure, it's a white fluke. Had to put the camera up a while ago because it's raining, and I got to catching some fish. I don't know if the rain had anything to do with it now, but we catching fish. I've got a, I'll have to drag them out and show them to you later. They back in there, 2 or 3 back in there. These white flukes are catching some fish. Maybe I didn't get hung up over there in that limb. The wind got me blowing again. We'll brush up in here maybe and stop. You move me back out a little bit. Look in here, get these cottonmouths. We don't like them cottonmouths hanging down on our back. I've had it happen before, but woo. Let's see if I can't hang myself up here in this brush. Between these two things, that wind will push us in here and we'll fish just a little bit. I hear him back there. Let's see. I left my live well at home. How'd you do that? Well, it's a stringer. It's hanging on the carport. That's a live well for me. Let's see what we can't do here. Settle down back there. Surely them 2 or 3 little bass wouldn't galls up in that brush there. Oh, I felt a bump. That might have been just dragging. Oh, ho, ho, ho. There he is right there. Ooh. Dang, and he pulled off. That was a pretty good little fish right there. Maybe I should have let him play with it a little longer. Let's see if we can do that again. See if we can't do that again. We're gonna try him again. Maybe he didn't get too spooked. Let's try that one again. Right there he is. That's a good fish. Well, I said he was. Yeah, he's hung up in the brush out there. I got him now, I think. Yeah, that's a pretty good little fish. I say that he may not be a pound with this pole. Oh yeah, there we go. Life's good. Life is good because I'm eating supper tonight. Me and old Peyton. Miss Angie's gonna be eating tonight. That's what I'm talking about. Let's do that again. It don't get no better than this. I could be out making $15,000 today and wouldn't be this happy. Doggone, he's about to tore my worm up. Boy, that's salty. Shane McMillan, Jack, got to come go with me. I'm trying to teach Shane how to loaf. He's no good at it, but I'm a professional. I've been working all week. I've been eating, sleeping, and fishing. I about wore myself out. Trapping too. Let's see if we can do that again. That felt pretty good. That's supper. Beaver trapping and fishing goes together.
And makes you lose track of time.
Yeah, I'm running late. Time don't mean nothing to some people. Time don't mean nothing to some people.